world? What is up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We are here live at the Build studio in New York City. Before we jump in, a quick thank you to our friends over at Macy's. They brought a little bit of springtime back to the Build stage. That's right. Their annual flower show is happening again. It's happening right now through April 7th. New York, Chicago, San Francisco. Got an amazing theme this year, Journey to Paradisios. It is not to be missed. Head to Macys.com/flower show. Get some info. Check it out. Folks, WrestleMania 35 is mere days away, and for the 4th consecutive year, Snickers is back as the exclusive presenting partner, here to tell us all about that partnership and fill us in on the impossible amount of stuff he's got going on right now. The one, the only, the awesome Mike, the Miz Mizanin is back. How we feel about the Miz? Fans of the Miz? I'm a fan. We're going to bring them out real quick, just a moment. But first, with the recent premiere of the batch of Season 1 episodes for Miz and Mrs., I thought it'd be fun to take a quick look at the show. So we got a clip. Let's go ahead. Let's run that clip.
How are you?
Oh, what's this?
Look how good I look.
Yeah, I thought you look incredible.
Thanks.
That's awesome. You put all this, like...
I want her to put Tanner on me and she won't do it.
It's Monroe.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Do you want to hold Monroe?
Oh, my gosh, if she wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Daddy Miz.
She's so beautiful.
Right?
Oh.
She looks just like me.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
I know, Monroe. They pick on me all the time. Whenever I walk into a room, all she does is stare at me and just wait for me to hang out with her. I know. I need to put Tanner on, but nobody lets me.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it terrible? I know you're laughing at me. I know why you're laughing, because I'm so pale. But you're gonna have my same skin, and you're gonna be a pale person too. Even if she's in the room, if my mom, Marjo, if there's anyone in the room, she will stare at me. You wanna walk around, wanna chill?
Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
I watched the first episode and the second episode.
And what about the third?
And I haven't watched the third yet.
Ooh, what about the fourth?
Oh.
The fourth is this one. The fourth is this one. She'll fall asleep. I'm boring.
No, she just so oh my gosh, get out. That is the cutest thing. She's got the life.
Ladies and gentlemen, make a crazy amount of noise. The Miz is right here. Come on.
Thank you.
Right here. Oh, goodness.
I love seeing that.
I can imagine, yeah.
I love seeing her at that age. You know, it's amazing how fast time goes when you have a newborn. Like, we just celebrated her first birthday. Now she has hair. She has teeth. She's actually eating things. She's standing. She hasn't quite walked yet. Like, she walks on things, like, kind of like bracing herself, but she hasn't walked on her own yet. So we're still waiting for that moment.
One of the amazing benefits to having Miz and Mrs. is just all of this home video footage that you.
That's what I said. I said I have professional editors. Yeah. Like for the first season, the first 6 episodes, it was about Maurice's pregnancy. We got to see that all the way through until Maurice actually gave birth, and we got a huge, amazing edits and like music, and like I can't do that stuff, but guess what? I got people to do it for me.
People. It's pretty incredible. I want to get into, there's so much to talk about, so little time.
A lot of things going on.
You've got too much, sir.
I know.
What are you doing?
Busy guy. I don't know how I do it, to be honest.
You are a very busy dude, but we really appreciate, even more so than you taking the time to come hang out with us.
I always
Welcome
come out and hang
back
out
to
with
the
you
show.
guys. You kidding me? I always make time. When I'm in New York, I come to AOL Build.
Oh, man. Round of applause for that. That's some love. Because you know what that means? Means he comes to see you guys. He knows we've got great fans. You've got great fans. They come out to see you. So, all right, let's jump right in. One of the big things to talk about right now, of course, WrestleMania, days away. We'll get into the nuts and bolts, no pun intended. But for 4 consecutive years, Snickers is back. A partnership with Snickers, very exciting.
But not only that, I don't know if you noticed, but I
noticed.
have my own Snickers bar.
Can
the
we?
Kid from Parma, Ohio,
Boom,
has his own Snickers bar. Like, never in my wildest dreams when I was having Snickers as like a 10-year-old begging my mom, can I have a candy bar? Did I ever think that my catchphrase would be on one and it represents me? Like, you can get these at Dollar General. Yeah.
You've
yeah,
got
you
your
just go to
own-
Dollar General. Hey, guess what? Need a Snickers bar? There you go.
Boom.
Gonna have the Miz because I am awesome.
You can get the Miz one. And it's true. Yes, the Miz one is awesome. I noticed you do have one. Lana's got Ravishing. Bobby has Glorious. AJ has
Listen,
Phenomenal.
don't care
Hang on.
about those.
I know.
The only one you need is right there.
It's the only
That's
one.
to be the all-time bestseller Snickers bar in history of Snickers.
It's the only one that I had to make a giant graphic of.
That's right.
Okay?
That's the only one you
it's
need.
The,
Look
it's,
at
the,
that.
it's the only one.
Looks
This
amazing.
This is a life-size.
Dare I say awesome.
if the Snickers bar were to be a person, contributing member of society, this is the size it would be. This is what it would look like. This is you next to you as chocolate.
I'm just gleaning. I mean, look at me. You just see a big smile on me. Man, how can I go wrong here? I mean, I am ready for WrestleMania now.
Yeah.
Give me a Snickers, bring me to MetLife, put 80,000 people in there, whether they're booing or cheering, I'm ready to go. Shane McMahon's going down a Falls Count Anywhere match. Let's go.
All right. We'll come back to the Snickers thing, but I'm going to follow this energy here. Falls Count Anywhere. Has your strategy changed going into this match?
Yeah, of course my strategy has changed. I mean, Shane McMahon put his hands on my father. And it's one thing to put your hands on me, but anytime you put your hands on my family, that's a whole nother realm. And with The Miz, I've been there for 13 plus years in the WWE. I've been able to do so many things, but I've never felt this much passion and this much emotion going into a match. And the reason I wanted Falls Count Anywhere is because I wanted to be able to what I want to do to Shane can't be contained with inside the ring. We need to go all over MetLife. I want people to be up close and personal for what I'm going to do to Shane McMahon.
Which is a pretty incredible place to go about it. MetLife, you said 80,000 people.
80,000.
And
normally they're
energy.
booing me, but to be honest,
Yes.
the past month has been changing. Yeah. And the crowds have been changing. And it's just we like him because we don't like him more. It's like a true, real liking of me. Yeah. And this has never happened in my experience as WWE.
It's pretty amazing that you've played the heel a lot in your lifetime.
I've been a bad guy.
You've been a bad dude.
I've been the villain.
Yes, you have
and
been the
now
bad
I
guy.
feel like, Joker or Freddy Krueger, where that villain is starting to become like a good guy, where people actually root for that person. And
hang on a second. In what movie did people root for Freddy Krueger?
are you kidding me? By the end, you're always looking for that one-liner for Freddy Krueger. You're always looking for that one-liner. You kidding me? Everyone, how many times were you? Because I can tell you at least for 5 years I was Freddy Krueger as Halloween.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
that's rooting
That's a
for Freddy
point.
Krueger.
That is a valid point. All right. As you were.
I was never the guy that was weightlifting and then, he gets clawed by Freddy Krueger. I was Freddy Krueger. That shows that you like Freddy Krueger.
I suppose, yes. When you put it in that context, you're right. We all did.
By the way, all the kids watching right now are going, who's Freddy Krueger?
Who's Freddy?
Who's that?
We'll have to explain what a VHS tape is and then how
trust
you
me, I had to explain that to my wife because the Real World, I have all my Real Worlds. But if anyone doesn't know, I was on the Real World back in 2001.
There was a person who wooed. There was a person.
Yeah, thank you, one person. But I have all VHS tapes of my Real World. And my wife's like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, what is
I'm
this?
like, what do you mean? These are my VHS. I'm not VHS tapes. Come on, grow up, kid.
You even had an old man, but these are my VHS tapes. Like
You don't get it. Back in my day, we didn't have social media. We barely. I remember when the internet was born.
Oh my God.
I remember when I had to remember my phone number or remember someone else's phone number. Now, I don't know anybody's phone number.
It's funny. I don't remember any phone numbers, but I remember having to remember them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
right?
mean? Yeah, exactly. I can do that. Do you think? And you know what's a really funny point? Not to go too far down this rabbit hole, but do you think you'd be able to do Real World in this world with social media with everything?
I
the way
am
it is?
doing it. I'm doing Miz and Mrs. right now. But I look at ours as more of a hybrid reality. It's completely different than Real World. It's completely different than, like, say, Kardashians or the Housewives. We wanted to make something different, my wife and I. That's why we wanted to be executive producers. There was so much negativity out there in the world and, things going on. We wanted something more positive. We wanted something where the whole family could sit down and watch TV together, be entertained, and just laugh. Yeah. And I think we've created that.
You 100% have. And I was thinking as I was reading over some stuff last night, do you think the way the crowd has embraced you going into WrestleMania, yes, Shane's been kind of a D-bag, but, that doesn't hurt. But the way the crowd has really embraced you, do you think that Miz and Mrs. being out there, them seeing Mike and seeing you and seeing that you're not always the bad guy has helped?
You know what the worst part is? Like, I was known as, like, the best bad guy.
Yeah,
like,
really,
people were like, I really hate you. And I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. This is exactly what I want. But now it's like, with Miz and Mrs., people got to see the real me. Yeah. And got to see my relationship with my wife, got to get involved with my family. And I think they now start rooting for that because they enjoy it. And so that's what I do.
Yeah. Going into WrestleMania, we're days away. I'm going to ask you a question here. You got to be in peak mental, peak physical condition. Are you allowing yourself a treat? Have you cheated? Have you had an awesome bar?
To be honest, I had this bar right here today.
What'd you have?
It was fantastic.
Oh, what is that?
It's like the almond butter Snickers. It's creamy.
The creamy
but
ones,
it's not very nutty. It's very creamy, and it's I legit
So
went,
you're cheating,
oh my god.
You're cheating a little bit. You're giving yourself a
I
little
don't
treat.
even call it a cheat. It's almond butter, right? I mean,
That's
almonds
a
are good for you.
point. I've heard anything with almond butter.
That's what
gotta
I
be
look.
good.
Anything with almonds in it, it's good.
There we go. That is the litmus test.
That's the way I do it.
If there are almonds, it's going to be good. It's got to be good. Well, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy you're taking care of yourself. You're staying in the moment, staying present. You know, we've the big story coming out of WrestleMania, first ever female headlining main event with female superstars leading the charge.
Well deserved.
Yes, absolutely.
Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair for the women's title. They're combining them, I guess, or they're women take all. Like, there's 2 titles involved, and they are the headliner. They are the main event for the first time ever. I remember, you know, a couple months ago we had the first ever all women's pay-per-view, Evolution, and it was at Nassau Coliseum, and literally it's the best pay-per-view that we had all year because the crowd was just into every single match. I mean, they were blowing the roof off the place. And to say that these women deserve it, absolutely 100% they deserve to be in the main event. And it's not just them fighting. It's generations fighting. I'm talking about, you know, generations like my wife, Maurice, when she was there, all the way back to Fabulous Moolah when she was starting. They all fought for this moment. And my one bit of advice, if they want to take it or not, is to savor that moment and create a moment that will last a lifetime and let them know that they are making history. So it's going to be amazing.
As someone that's done that before, who's headlined and been in those shoes, like when did you learn that bit? That bit of advice that you just gave at some point, you had
probably after I did it, you know, and I was like, man, I wish I would have taken my own advice. But you know, yeah, I wish I would have done it like. But I did take a moment. When back at WrestleMania 27 was my main event. I had the WWE Championship, and I'll never forget John. And you might think, oh, your moment was during the match or after the match. No, it was before the match even started. My entrance happened. John Cena's entrance is going on. I'm in black because everyone's just watching, you know, John. And I look over to my left, and I see all the guys that used to watch the main event of WrestleMania, like The Rock and Austin, the WWE Championship, that were in my living room. And they were all sitting there, all 10 of them. And I looked over them with the WWE Championship and go, guys, we did it. Like, this is, and they were just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, that was my moment.
Crazy moment. That's a beautiful thing, man. We're gonna in just a second because we're running out of time, and I want to make sure we get to our fan questions because we have some amazing fans here with us, and we're gonna do that. But I'm really excited, and I got to give you like a million congratulations. Second child on the way. 20 other episodes of the show just picked up. You got this WrestleMania. It's so much going on in your life right now. Did you celebrate Monroe's birthday in New York? Did you do that?
We're celebrating it in New York.
Yeah.
And my wife has not made it a birthday. She has made it a birth month. So I guess this is what happens when you have first-time parents. Everything is special. First time she crawled, we had a celebration. First time she had a tooth, we had a celebration. First time she had a head of hair, we had a celebration. I mean, everything is a celebration. So we're having a celebration in New York. Probably going to film it on Miz and Mrs. And you'll be seeing that in upcoming episodes.
Did you guys, were the cameras rolling when you found out baby number 2 was coming? Did you catch that moment?
Yes. Well, when she told me.
When she told you, yeah.
We got that moment.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
a pretty incredible moment.
That's such a cool friggin' thing to
There
have.
was a moment
for
actually on Miz and Mrs.
forever.
where I thought she was pregnant because she speaks French, and I heard her. Sometimes she speaks French with her mom. She knows I can't understand it. And so, but I pick up on things, and I heard her say, like, I thought was pregnant, but it was really old. Yeah. And I messed up.
Confused the
I
word.
confused. I went, oh my God. Oh my God. And then it really did happen. So.
It really did happen. You put it out in the universe. All right, we've got, we're going to take a quick question. Kate, did you say we have one from Twitter? Let's do that one first. At XX Music is Love says, so many of us remember your start on MTV The Real World, arguably the blueprint for all reality shows. What were some of your favorite memories from the franchise, and are you still in touch with any old castmates? By the way, you're awesome.
Everyone's in touch just basically by Twitter, right? I mean, Twitter kind of kind of keeps you in contact with everything. Sometimes I'll hear things from Coral or some people from the challenges. Favorite memories, man. There are just so many things that I remember just living in New York City. Like, I'm from Parma, Ohio. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would live in New York City, and I got to live there and just sharing, a room with 7 strangers and the struggles I went through. It's not just one memory; it's the whole thing. But if I took one thing, it was at the end of the show, you got to witness me kind of stand on the banister with my fake WWE Championship that I bought at a Halloween store, and I was being the Miz. I just look at that sometimes, that picture, and I go, wow, man, like, you held the real thing. Like, you bought that for $10 at a Halloween store, and you were on a reality show, and now you're a WWE superstar and a former WWE champion. It's crazy. It
is pretty amazing. You've had a heck of a journey so far, man. Thank you for that question. We've got a few more in the room. I'm going to get to as many as I can. The first one, Green Couch, go.
I remember the original Real World. So it was less than a mile from here, 18 years ago, that this all started.
Greenwich Village.
What is it like to know that you walked in with 7 strangers and you are now walking into, 80,000 people that are screaming your name? How did that full circle?
It's a lot different to walk into a huge mansion in Greenwich Village and just be like wowed, and then have to live with 7 strangers you never met before in your entire life, than to go into MetLife Stadium in front of 80,000, whether they're booing or cheering. It really doesn't matter. It's just the spectacle that it becomes. Like these soap opera like storylines, these larger than life characters. The crowd is interactive. I mean, it's everything I've ever wanted as a child. You know, everything I loved as a child. I loved the Ultimate Warrior. Put streamers on my arm, painted my face as a kid, cut promos on my mom. You know, and now I'm sitting here cutting promos on the boss's son, Vince McMahon's son, and I'm about to go there and perform in front of everyone. But one thing is definitely for sure, every time I go out in that WWE ring, I make sure that I create a moment that'll last a lifetime, so a family can go home and have something to talk about with their sons or daughters, and they can talk about their sons and daughters. Like that's the things that we try to do in WWE.
And you guys do it so well. Throw a Snickers bar. Why not? We can give these away. I asked beforehand. Can I take a Snickers bar?
Be awesome.
Be awesome. All right.
There it is.
We've got time. We're going to do one more question. We've only got a few minutes left, and it's going to come from Green Cat. You have a microphone, so I presume it's going to come from you as well. Go for it.
All right. Hey, with a stacked card this week, longest event possibly ever in WWE history, and NXT TakeOver tomorrow night, what match are you looking most forward to watching?
Looking forward to watching? I would have to say it'd have to be the main event. That one with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, as well as Ronda Rousey. But another one is Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, because I imagine after I'm done with Shane, that's exactly where I'm going. And I think Kofi, 11 years strong in his career, has finally, has got his due. And I think hopefully we'll see a new champion at WrestleMania. But the one thing is for sure, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. It's WrestleMania.
It's one of a kind. I want to thank you so much again, man, for being here.
Thank you.
Hanging out with
Always
us.
An incredible interview.
And you guys, I want to thank you for being an awesome audience. And for those who are joining in at home, thank you for tweeting a question. You guys are fantastic, too. Check it out. You can get at Dollar General, there are 5 unique Snickers bars available. Obviously, objectively, the most tasty one is the Awesome Bar, so go ahead and grab the Awesome Bar. And I want to thank you all for watching. WWE, of course, WrestleMania this weekend. Check it out. Miz and Mrs. back on USA. Anything else you want to plug?
How about Snickers peanut butter?
Snickers peanut butter. Get it. Get
Snickers
the creamy
peanut
one,
butter.
Get the almond butter.
WrestleMania, presented by Snickers.
Boom.
Watch it.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, make a crazy amount of noise for The Miz. Do it up.